If your Microsoft Access database has been getting slower over time and you can't figure out why, there's a good chance your log table is growing out of control in the background. Welcome to another Tech Help video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I'm your instructor, Richard Rost. Today we're going to talk about how to automatically clean up old log records in your Access database so your log tables don't grow forever and quietly drag down database performance. I'll show you a simple way to remove old entries based on age without having to remember to manually delete anything or babysit your database. Today's question comes from Allison in Madison, Wisconsin, one of my Platinum members. Allison says, I watched your earlier video about logging activity in an Access database, and I set that up years ago at work. It's been doing its job, but I just noticed the log table is absolutely massive now. I opened it up the other day, and it just kept scrolling and scrolling. I use this database every day to track customer calls and orders, and lately it feels slower than it used to be, so I'm guessing this log has something to do with it. I don't really want to keep going in there every few months and deleting stuff by hand because I know I'll forget. Yeah, you'll forget to use a button too, even if it's on your main menu. Is there a simple way to have Access automatically clean out old log entries after a certain number of time, like keeping the last 30 or 60 days only, without a ton of extra setup? Yep, we can do this with just a couple of lines of code, but for everybody else who doesn't know which video she's talking about, it's this one, where I show you how to track the user log on and log off, but you can also use it to track any kind of activity inside your database. In fact, I have this slightly older database that teaches you how to do that based on the different fields and stuff, but I didn't save the database for this one because this one's old before I started doing that. So I'm going to use this database since I saved it for the gold members. So since I'm a gold member on my own website, I'm going to go right here and grab this template. And here it is. This is an older version of the Tech Help template. This is like 4 years old. And it gets the current username. And let's take a look at the code for that. Let's go into Design View. When the form opens up in our onload event, right there, we get the username, right, from the environment, the computer name and the username. And then we just use a simple line of SQL to insert that into the log table. And then when the form closes, we mention that they logged off. And that's pretty much it. Now, the real problem is that this guy, this log table, right, you can see I haven't used this since 2021, so this is 5 years old. If you're tracking, this is just tracking log off and log on. If you're using this to track other stuff, because you could track other things in your database too, like the other video shows, this thing can get pretty big. I had an office once, they only had like 5 or 6 users, but these people wanted to track everything. And this thing would quickly approach the 2 gigabyte limit. So I ended up writing them a little routine that kept it clean. You can delete these records if you want. I usually don't have a problem deleting log stuff. If you're one of those offices that's paranoid, and you don't want to delete it, you want to save the stuff, you can always drop it into an archive table. Of course, I've got videos on all that stuff about not deleting data, like important data, customer data, order information. But if you don't, if you want to keep logs, I get it. If one of those offices, you want to keep track of what your people are doing. And this video will teach you how to archive records. So instead of deleting these log entries, you can just archive them into a different table. But we're going to delete them today because we're going to keep it simple. All right, so what are we going to do? Well, let's go back to our code. And again, this is just here in the form load event of the main menu. And what you can do here, either before or after that happens, we're just going to issue a command to delete any records that are older than however many days. So it's going to be current db.execute delete from log t where, now we have a timestamp in that log. What's that field named? Let's go take a peek. All right, it's timestamp. So where timestamp is less than, right, earlier than, and then it's going to be a date, so it'll be in those things. And date, and then what do you want to do? Date minus 30, minus 60, minus 90. If you want it to be an actual calendar year, you can use date add. There's all kinds of ways you can do this. I'm just going to say 30 days, and that's it. There you go. And this will run once every time this form loads. You can put it anywhere you want in your database. If you only want one user to be the guy who does the cleaning, just set, the username has to be equal to whomever, and it'll only run on that machine. Don't forget to do a compact and repair every now and then, which you should be doing anyways. And of course, backing up your data. I got all kinds of videos on all that stuff. And hey, if you're learning something, hit that subscribe button right now and give me a like. All right? Okay. Now, a couple things with this. If you're injecting a date into an SQL statement like this, you might have problems if you're not using the USA standard date time format or ISO dates. That's why I suggest ISO dates for everything. It's a universal format. It works everywhere in the world, right? It's year, month, day, which is the most logical date format. But the problem is that SQL really wants month and day to be in that order. So it doesn't matter if you're doing month, day, year, like the US does, or year, month, day. Why? That's just how SQL was built. Don't kill the messenger. I'm just telling you. So if you're one of those countries that use day, month, year, which even though I'll give you that's more logical than month, day, year, you want to format this guy using the format function, right? So you can format this whole thing as like format. And then it's going to be, that's your expression, comma. And then I'd go y, MMDD or something like that, because you're converting it to a string inside of this SQL statement, because that's what SQL wants. Okay, but I'm putting mine back to just that because I use ISO in all my databases. So let's give it a run, shall we? Save it, debug, compile. Let's close the code editor. I'm going to close this. Let's open it back up again. All right, now let's take a peek in the log table. And oh, look, all those old 2021 records are gone. And now every time you open this form up, it'll run that cleanup routine. One other thing I'm going to mention, if you're using this database, if you go to design view right here, you get an error message because it says the expression you entered refers to an object that closed or doesn't exist. If you debug it, it comes right to here because this SQL statement is trying to insert based on these values, and those values don't exist once you go into design view. This basically is if it closed, right? Username is a field on the form, and you can't reference that once the field is closed, and onload runs after the form is technically closed. So this is just an on error, resume next. There's no reason to try to trap that error. Just if it fails, it fails. And then it'll only happen if you can go into design view, and you should only be able to go in design view if you're the developer, because you don't give your end users a version of the database they can go into design view with. Right? You make an ACCDE file for that. That's a whole different video. Now, I will make sure that I do save this template for the gold members. And that's about it. Now, in today's extended cut for the members, we're going to make a logit function. We're going to make a function you can use anywhere in your database. So you can track logons, logoffs, when people open up forms, when people, type in the wrong phone number and get you all mad because they forgot the area code. Now you can't. Anyways, we're going to centralize all the logging logic in the function. We'll create the log table automatically. This way you can just take the module and just drop it in your database. And if the log table isn't there, it'll make it for you. Right? That's pretty cool. We'll throw in some proper error handling and lots more. This is for the members, extended cut. Silver members and up get access to all of my extended cut videos. Gold members can download these databases. And I've been saving the database, all of them pretty much since like 2023, I think. Some of the older videos, like the one I showed you earlier, I didn't save it because I wasn't doing it back then. But now I'm doing it. Every one of these Tech Help videos, I save the video. Gold members can download them. And all this code's in the code vault. Well, most of it is. Click that blue join button for more information. So today we learned how to keep a Microsoft Access log table from quietly growing out of control by automatically removing old records based on age. This keeps your database lean, helps maintain performance over time, and saves you from having to remember manual cleanup tasks. We all love that, right? If you're logging user activity or other events in your database, this is a simple step that can make a big difference. If you found this helpful, post a comment down below and let me know how you liked today's video, or tell me what you're logging in your own databases. But that's going to do it, folks. That's going to be your Tech Help video for today, brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I hope you learned something. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you next time. And members, I'll see you in the extended cut. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button right now and give me a like. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel, which is completely free. And make sure you click that bell icon and select all to receive notifications whenever I post a new video. Do you need help with your Microsoft Access project? Whether you need a tutor, a consultant, or a developer to build something for you, check out my Access Developer Network. It's a directory I put together personally of Access experts who can help with your project. Visit my website to learn more. Any links or other resources that I mentioned in the video can be found in the description text below the video. Just click on that Show More link right there. YouTube's pretty good about hiding that, but it's there. Just look for it. Now, if you have not yet tried my free Access Level 1 course, check it out now. It covers all the basics of Microsoft Access, including building forms, queries, reports, tables, all that stuff. It's over 4 hours long. You can find it on my website or my YouTube channel. I'll include a link below you can click on. And did I mention it's completely free? And if you like Level 1, Level 2 is just $1. That's it. And it's free for members of my YouTube channel at any level. Speaking of memberships, if you're interested in joining my channel, you get all kinds of awesome perks. Silver members get access to all of my extended cut tech help videos, and there's hundreds of them by now. They also get one free beginner class each month, and yes, those are for my full courses. Gold members get the previous perks plus access to download all of the sample databases that I build in my tech help videos. Plus, you get access to my code vault where I keep tons of different functions and all kinds of source code that I use. And gold members get one free expert class every month after completing the beginner series. Platinum members get all of the previous perks, plus they get all of my beginner courses, all of them from every subject. And you get one free advanced or developer class every month after finishing the expert series. And you can become a diamond sponsor and have your name listed on the sponsor page on my website. So that's it. Once again, my name is Richard Rost. Thank you for watching this video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something today. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you next time.